Hey guys, it's Fish, and I'm back with another episode of Factorio. And so I've done a bit of work to get to the stage where I feel like we're in a better position. So I came down and I put an electric mining drill onto some stone. That way we're just slowly collecting some stone so that if we ever need it, it's there. Uh, that's one of those things that if you have to go and do it a bit later, it just seems like it would be a real pain to have to go and get it. So I did that. I've now put a bit more copper. Oh, I put some mines on this copper ore here, and that way I can get this copper system going. And I've learnt a lot from the one that they showed me up the top here. So I'm using the long inserters to grab the outside line, and so you can have two lines running side by side. Yeah, just have long inserters and short inserters. So I've really learned a lot about the way that that works. We've now got our copper plates coming out, because what I want to do is I want to automate this. And the only way I'm going to automate that is if I have copper plates. So now, what I'm going to do is I am going to put down, well, the first thing I want to do is make a wooden chest, because I feel like wooden chests are a better way to, so you put your stuff into the wooden chest, and it just seems like a better way to go about it than if you just separate a line and go off and do other things. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to have this grab stuff out of there, have this grab stuff out of there, and then we're going to put down a factory. I'm going to have all this stuff go into that factory. I'm not 100% efficient with the way that I do things yet, just because I haven't quite figured out the way that I do that. I will eventually get there though, because I'm the kind of guy that when I find a way that works really, really well, I stick to it. So we need a few more inserters, so let's get that going. And then we'll put this inserter here. Now, what we've got is something that can produce science packs. No, we don't. No, we don't. Okay. Nope. Made a mistake. That's okay. That's okay. That's what we're here for. So we're going to take that out. Grab that. We'll put another factory down. Right here. And no, so that needs to move. That'll probably need to move over to here. And then over to here. And then we put our belt here. If I put some power down here, this is going to then make me iron gear wheels, which will then allow this to make me red packs. I can then grab these packs and nope, wrong way. Always seems to start the way that I didn't want it to, but that's okay. I make mistakes, and then straight into this. And the first thing, well, what are we trying to do? We're trying to do automated railway transportation. So I don't think we're going to get there straight away. To do that, we're going to need a railway. So to get railway, we need logistics, the engine, and we already have steel by the looks of it. Pretty sure I did logistics already. Looks like we're going to need green as well. So I'm going to have to set up a little thing that's going to make green. What's that going to do? That's going to make automation times 2. And I have a feeling we're probably going to need that to get to the engine. Yes, we are. So that's all we can get at the moment. So let's just do that. Put our last little inserter here, and we're good to go on the red side of things. Now that'll tick away, that'll research the electronics. I then need to start setting up a production line that's going to get me the green ones, and I need to make inserters, and I need to make transport belts. Now this is going to be interesting, because I'm going to need electronics for the inserters, I believe. Yes. So gear wheels, which we have, which I can probably just steal off that original line, which shouldn't be too hard, and electrical circuits, which I am going to need to make using this. I think you've got to make. I've got to make copper cables first. Yes, so I take that, make copper cables, then make the electronics, and then make the inserter. Now, how do we make transport belts? I think that one's pretty easy. Yeah, that's iron plate and it's an iron gear wheel. So, I'm thinking we can probably use the stuff that we've been collecting here because there's plenty there. So let's have that come off. And I haven't made enough transport belts, but that's what we're trying to do now. Alright, so the first thing we're going to want to do is power that. Now, what were we making up here? We were making iron gear wheels. That's actually fine. So, let's grab that. Let's put him there. He's powered now, which is good. And an inserter in and an inserter out. And then we tell it we want it to make gear wheels. I could probably grab off the production line that's down the south there, but I think we're probably better off having it as a separate production line. And here we go. It's now making us gear wheels. Actually, I think there's a bit of a problem with that because I probably want... Yeah, okay. No, I've changed my mind on... no, that's not what I wanted to do. I've changed my mind on how this is going to work because of the way that inserters... Because of the way inserters work, I'm going to put this factory on the other side because the factories... I'm standing where it wants to go. Will always, well, the inserters will always put the item on the far side. So if I have it inserting there and then going like that, and then we put a little power thing there, and then we tell it we want it to make gear wheels. And then now we've got gear wheels going on the far side. That is wunderbar. That is exactly what we wanted. We now have gear wheels. Now gear wheels was going to be making the transport belts. That's perfect. So those two are going to make transport belts between the two of them. Alrighty. So let's put that there. And then we put inserters. As you can see, I'm still getting my head around some of the way the game works just because it's a complicated game. It's a very complicated game, actually. I'm really enjoying it, though. I'm enjoying the challenge that it brings, and it seems to fit my nature a little bit more. This the way that my brain works. That I like problems to solve. So I'm enjoying this, and I'm going to continue to play it. So hopefully you'll continue to enjoy it. So we were making those. I think we might do this, hey? To speed it up a little bit, let's have 2 inserters. Yep, cool. And then that's going to come out and there'll be a factory over here. So let's just have it do its thing for the moment by having an inserter do that. I really need to get myself those long power poles as well, because they seem to be the key to being able to do this efficiently. Well, a lot of things efficiently, actually. So now that we've got half of that done, the second half is to get the electronics done. So we need to make copper wire. So let's do that. Now, how much is in there? There's 300 in there for the moment. I'm thinking that we will just make a separate line. Now this one's quite easy because I think copper cable, it's just copper plates it is, so that's nice and easy. Although I am wasting inserters, well not wasting, but I'm using a lot of inserters. I've got to keep an eye on that. I need to make more factories. I'm going to probably have to steal some of these. Yep, that'll do. While we're at it, we might as well just make those factories. Okay, so the factory takes that in, and let's put that there like that. We'll need to put some power down, and we tell it we want it to make copper cable. Okay, really, really good. Really, really good. Okay, so all of this will have to come together somewhere up here. Now the copper cable along with, and I think to make that I'm going to need iron plates. I am, so I'm going to have to shift some iron plates off this. I think there's plenty there though, there is. Yeah, I think my best bet is to make another one here. Nope. Let's make that rounded, so then and then we'll go underneath using one of the underneath ones. Cool, like that, and like that. Let's get closer. And more tracks. Let's put in an exiter there. And then there's going to be a factory right about here. Where, no, wrong way. That'll do there. Turn that around, and then an inserter will... Oh, look at that. So we've done the one that we wanted to do. And that's almost, energy distribution. So that's how you get the medium poles and the big electrical poles. So I really like that. So I'm thinking that one's probably more important to get because, inserter item. When inserters are moving from one container to another or unloading or unloading trains, they can move more items at the same time. That's amazing. That's amazing. But I'm not going to be going for that just yet. We're going for automation. So let's do that one because we've still got the reds. And I think we're probably okay to put a second one down and an inserter into there. And a bit of power. Alrighty. Inserter. Inserter that we haven't built yet. That's okay. There we go. I didn't want that, so let's get that inserter back. We want this to make electrical circuits. And then those electrical circuits will enable me to make inserters so long as I've got the gear wheels and iron plates, which I can just divert. Yeah, I can just divert some of this into... Have I got enough to make? No, I don't. So let's go up. Let's find a tree. I hit enough of the damn things when I was driving around. There we go. And we'll build ourselves a couple of these. A couple of wooden chests. And what this will do is it'll insert any excess into the wooden chest. I can then use this. And there's no power, that's okay. Bang, now there is. And we're out of power poles, so I think we might have used all our wood. That was a mistake. Big mistake, actually. Mistakes were made. It's alright. While we're down here, we'll just get a lot of them. I wonder if there's a way that you can harvest wood. If you know that, comment section down below. I'd love to hear just a little something about whether wood becomes a thing. Alright, so this is making electronics, which is good. We want to take those electronics. Whoa, okay, this is bad. This is bad. How are we going? Are they holding? No, it's down there. This is bad. I hope that these guys... Oh, I'm going to have to build some turrets. I'm going to have to build some turrets. Is there more? Where's the more? Okay, I think that was it. That was the end of the incursion, so that's good. Now, before we were so rudely interrupted, we probably want to have a separate line that runs down like this. I didn't want to make those, but whatever. I'll be right. I really like that you don't have to make everything individually. It'll just automate that. Well, not automate it, but it'll know that that's what you want it to do. That's a real positive for this game, because it could have gotten very tedious. So I think we're probably going to have to make another one of these just so that we can get... Oh, damn it. This is bad. This is really bad because I have almost... Oh, I think I've got turrets down here actually. No, I don't. Screw you. Screw you. I'm just trying to automate things. Doesn't matter anyway. I'm not too fussed about the stone. Does that just mean it's over? I think it does. Yep, cool. This one's going to be a bit of a long one, but I do want to finish this green production line before I call it an episode, just because I feel like we're on a roll. And so we're going to make a splitter. Now, I used a splitter before up here to turn my single line into two lines. And all it does is split the wood, split the things evenly. I'm going to use it the other way this time. And I'm going to turn these two into a single. So we need some of those. And then what that will do is it will come down to here. That didn't do what I wanted to do. I'm going to take these inserters out because I will eventually use them myself. Okay, so we've got all that, and then we've got our inserter, which doesn't have power because I'm bad. I always seem to be one short on the power, but I think that's because I'm not using the long ones just yet. But we'll get there. So we've got our factory. Here we go. And we've got two inserters. We're going to need more than that though. We're going to need some more transport belts as well. And then we're going to need another factory over here, which turns what this makes into something useful for the, well, this turns into, so that's the green. This is the inserters, so let's make that for the moment. Oh, where am I getting attacked? Okay. Is it just the stone? Okay, I can live with that. I might have to go and clear some of these guys out though. I'm not going to waste any of my belts on it for the moment because I'm a little short on belts. No, that's just telling me that it's over, which is good. That's a good one. That's a good place actually. Now, what is it short of? It's short of... well, it hasn't been told what to make, has it? So it's making inserters. What's it saying? Oh, okay. So those factories can't make the green. Okay. We'll leave it there for the moment just because, well, and I'd say that one probably can't make... It can make green? it can make green. Okay. Not too fussed about that. I don't think that's as useful either as I wanted it to be, so we're going to redesign this. I think we're going to have to wait for automation 2 before we can do the green science packs, but I think you get the idea of where we're going to go. So, no. Have I got enough of these? So I'll just have... Oh no, that was right. We'll just have that go down to an inserter. It's probably inefficient. It's actually heavily inefficient, but for now, that's what we're doing. Because that's the only real way that we have. Are we not making any more red packs? No, we are. We're just not making enough for this to even work anymore. So that's slowing things down a heck of a lot. But that's just the nature of the beast. I haven't really automated this enough to make it useful. Nope. Should look at stuff that's next to it and then start that way instead of starting randomly, always starting downwards. But that will survive. So all of that will come into there, and then we've got our inserter. Wow, this has gone really long. Hopefully it hasn't just been rambling and you've actually enjoyed listening to my brain processes. Got the comment section down below if you don't or you do. I'm always happy to hear from my subscribers. We'll make this one a long one, and we'll have it terminate at the top. Nope, that one. Probably don't want it to go that far. And then we put another inserter in. No. Where's the inserter gone? It's shift 1. Alright. And then that's going to make me green ones, which will then run underneath. No, underneath. There. Just trying to think how this is going to work. Oh yeah, no, I know exactly how I was going to get it to work. I got it. And then that goes there. So once we have this new factory, and we've put these the wrong way, haven't we? We have. Silly. Oh, excellent. Okay, press T to get a new one. So what's the other thing that we need? So we can actually finish it if I've got enough. What was the other thing? We're wanting logistics 2. That allows the railway. Yeah, sure, why not? Although I do want steel furnaces because they seem to be better. Advanced circuit processing unit. Wow, there's so much stuff in this game. So much to get my head around. Okay, so can we make this factory? We can? Perfect. Just gotta wait for it to do its thing. No, shift 5. Nailed it. Okay, now you are making... No, you are making inserters. There you go. And then we just need some power to make that work. Some power to make all of this work. We'll need another inserter to insert that in. And then this one is inserting out. Yep. And then that needs to be like that and that. Oh god. Oh yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. No, we don't need that one. So we then go... Oh, I didn't need to build that at all, did I? And then down it comes. And now the factory can grab the greens. So convoluted a little bit, but not in a bad way. Just very, very complicated. And I think we're slowly but surely getting some good designs for our stuff. As you can see down here with the way that I'm doing the furnaces and the long-handed inserters versus the short ones. So we can run those two belts and not interfere with each other. Alright guys, so that's where we're going to call the episode. We've finally got the green science packs going in, so we can slowly but surely make our way towards the automated railway transport. It's been a long one, and I appreciate you sticking all the way through to the end. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel. If you're enjoying the Factorio series or any of the other series that I'm doing on the channel at the moment, and if you haven't looked at them, please consider looking at them on the channel. There's plenty of different games that I'm playing at the moment. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Not only does it help the channel, but it also helps you. It means that fish gaming videos will make it to your YouTube mailbox every single day. You won't miss a single one. Alright guys, I've been Fish. This has been Factorio, and I'll catch you next time.